South America is a continent entirely in the Western Hemisphere, and mostly in the Southern Hemisphere, with a relatively small portion in the Northern Hemisphere at the northern tip of the continent. Today, the continent contains 12 countries and 2 dependencies. Over 440 million people reside in this terrain-diverse region. Venezuela, officially, the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, is a country on the northern coast of South America, consisting of a continental landmass and many islands and islets in the Caribbean Sea. Population is 30 million. The capital and largest urban agglomeration is the city of Caracas. Caracas is known as one of the most cosmopolitan and modern cities in South America. The world sees it as one of the poorest, most insecure countries in the world, when it should be looked as one of the best destinations to explore due to its wide variety of landscapes. Venezuela is known for its complete natural beauty. It is regularly described as one of the most picturesque places in the world. The warm weather of Caribbean coasts offers a very colorful paradise, where you can swim, get a tan, scuba dive, eat and meet great and humble people who just want to share their culture. Angel Falls is one of the Pearl of Venezuela, the world's tallest waterfall. It has a suitably dramatic setting within Venezuela's Lost World, a wild and isolated region known as the Grand Sabana, where Table Mountains poke through the clouds and rivers cascade over beds of jasper. The Venezuelan landscape includes towering mountains, tropical jungles, broad river plains, and arid coastal plains, all of which provide a diversity of natural habitats and a range of challenges to social integration and economic development. Today, the dominant culture of Venezuela reflects a blend of indigenous and Spanish customs, as well as regional Caribbean and Andean influences. Venezuelans are often described as warm, welcoming, and open people. They are generally unified by a shared desire for fairness and equality. Colombia, officially the Republic of Colombia, is a country in South America, with insular regions in North America as well as in the Pacific Ocean. The capital district of Bogota is also the country's largest city. Population is over 52 million. Colombia's contemporary culture reflects a colorful blend of Spanish, African, and indigenous influences that have melded together over the centuries since European colonization. Colombia is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It has an enviable climate and some of the best forests, beaches, rare species of plants and animals, and is home to diverse cultures. One of the striking features is the love for coffee. Coffee growing in Colombia is a part of the national identity. Colombia's varied landscapes with towering mountains, dreamy beaches, and Amazon rainforest means that its fantastic cities are never far away from scenes of outstanding natural beauty. Colombia is classified as an upper-middle-income economy and is one of Latin America's largest economies, according to the International Monetary Fund. Colombia is the #1 most biodiverse country in birdlife, #2 in plants, fish, and amphibians, #3 in palm trees and reptiles, and #4 in mammals. If you love nature, this is the place to experience it. In spite of the stereotypes which people harbor about the country, the vast majority of Colombians are unwaveringly welcoming to foreigners and go out of their way to make people feel at ease. Guyana, officially the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, is a country on the northern mainland of South America. Guyana is an indigenous word, which means land of many waters. The capital city is Georgetown. Population is almost 800,000. Historically dominated by the Locano and Kalina tribes, Guyana was colonized by the Dutch before coming under British control in the late 18th century. It was governed as British Guiana, with a mostly plantation-style economy until the 1950s. It gained independence in 1966 and officially became a republic within the Commonwealth of Nations in 1970. With more than 80% forest coverage, it is a naturally beautiful country that is largely undiscovered by tourists. Whether it is the promise of spotting wildlife or the chance to immerse yourself in indigenous culture, there are plenty of reasons to make Guyana your next great adventure. Guyana's culture reflects Amerindian, Nepalese, Indian, Chinese, and African influences, as well as British, Dutch, Portuguese, and Spanish facets. Despite being in South America, Guyana is considered a Caribbean nation. The culture, particularly in the coastal areas, is quite similar to that of the West Indies. Suriname, officially the Republic of Suriname, is a country in northern South America. Its capital and largest city is Paramaribo. Population is over 630,000. Suriname is a culturally diverse nation with influences from the Caribbean, India, Africa, Asia, and the United States. There is a wide range of cuisines, musical styles, and even languages spoken. Expats living in Suriname will have good access to shops, restaurants, healthcare, and schooling. Suriname has a historically strong Muslim population, first founded with the arrival of indentured laborers from South Asia and Indonesia during the Dutch colonial period. This is generally a very safe country for travel. Though issues relating to political protests, violence, petty crime, and governmental corruption persist, there's nothing overbearingly obvious that should stop your trip to Suriname. Ecuador, officially the Republic of Ecuador, is a country in northwestern South America. The country's capital and largest city is Quito. Population is over 17 million. Ecuador is a beautiful country with varied scenery, a vibrant culture, and lots of enjoyable activities. It's also an excellent destination for travelers who want to see something totally unique. The diverse terrain makes Ecuador one of the most gorgeous countries in South America. Stemming from its long and rich history, Ecuadorian culture includes a fair mix of indigenous practices, along with European colonial influence. Almost everyone in Ecuador has a mixed-race background, which has resulted in tremendous cultural diversity, as well as unique customs and traditions across the whole country. Around 97% of Ecuadorians speak Spanish. Today, Spanish spoken in Ecuador has three distinct regional variations: Amazonic, Andean, and Equatorial Coastal. The Galapagos Islands are an archipelago of volcanic islands. They are distributed on each side of the equator in the Pacific Ocean. Located 900 kilometers, 490 nautical miles, west of continental Ecuador. Galapagos Islands had to be number one on our list of what is Ecuador famous for obvious reasons. Golden sands, turquoise blue water, and abundant wildlife, Galapagos is truly a paradise. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, these islands were brought into the spotlight by Charles Darwin. 97% of the island's landmass has been declared a national park, and the surrounding waters have been named a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. Peru, officially the Republic of Peru, is a country in western South America. Lima is the capital city. Population is over 34 million. Peru is the 19th largest country in the world, and the third largest in South America. Peru has one of the most diverse landscapes in the world and is extremely beautiful. The Andean Mountains, the rainforest, and a long coastline. But Peru also offers you rich and diverse cultural attractions. Inca ruins, beautifully colored textiles, and handcraft are just some highlights. Peru boasts a greater diversity of flora and animals than most other countries on the planet, due to its wide range of diverse ecosystems. While Spanish is the official language of Peru, there are actually as many as 43 native languages spoken in Peru. Peruvian culture is a beautiful mix of Hispanic and native traditions. The Quechua and the Aymara are the two main native cultures of Peru, both of whom speak their native languages. These Inca descendants have successfully preserved and developed their proud cultures, despite the creeping in of globalization. Peruvian families are well known for their hospitality and can be very affectionate. The Peruvian sense of privacy is a little different than other cultures, but that's just because Peruvian families enjoy each other's company so much. Chile, officially the Republic of Chile, is a country located in western South America. It is the southernmost country in the world and closest to Antarctica. The capital and largest city of Chile is Santiago. Population is 18.5 million. Chile is a fascinating country from head to toe. Thanks to its geographic isolation, its rich culture and diversity has blossomed, making it an intriguing holiday destination. From gastronomical delights to a wide variety of art, traditional dances, and sports. Beautiful Chile is a destination of prized contrasts, with dramatic landscapes that vary from the starkness of the Atacama Desert, the world's driest, in the north, and the Patagonian ice fields in the south, to fertile valleys, forests as old as time, temperamental volcanoes, and unspoiled beaches. Atacama Desert in northern Chile is the highest and driest desert in the world. It's so dry that some of the Atacama's riverbeds have been dry for 120,000 years. Since Chile is so long and thin, there are numerous different climates and landscapes to explore within its borders. Some of the core principles of Chilean society are family, hospitality, pride, solidarity, and modesty. Chileans tend to be hospitable and helpful, and will likely expect that you reciprocate when they need it. Many communities help each other in times of social, economic, or natural disasters. Most Chileans are Roman Catholics. The religion has played a large role in defining social and political life. Chile ranks as one of the safest countries in South America. Crime rates are fairly low, violent crime rates are negligible, and there are no travel advisories against traveling here. Chile also has some fantastic beaches. From windswept beaches in remote northern deserts to snow-sprinkled beaches in Chile's southern fjords, the country has a host of unique and stunning beaches, just waiting to be visited. Argentina, officially the Argentine Republic, is a country in the southern half of South America. Buenos Aires is the federal capital and largest city of the nation. Population is over 46 million. Argentina is a federal state subdivided into 23 provinces and one autonomous city. Argentina doesn't usually make it onto the top 10 lists of popular travel destinations, but it should. Just because it's not as well known as Hawaii or Paris, doesn't mean that it's not as incredible. Between the rugged Andes Mountains and the vast plains of Patagonia, it's a land of unparalleled beauty. Add in some amazing food, wine, and culture, and you have an experience that rivals even the most famous cities in the world. Mount Aconcagua is not only the highest point in Argentina but also the highest mountain peak in all of the Western Hemisphere. Located in the Andes mountain range, it stands over 22,831 feet above sea level and is a popular destination for mountaineers around the world. Argentina has the second largest population of Italians outside of Italy. This is due to the mass migration of Italians to Argentina in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Many Argentines have Italian ancestry, and it is very common to find Argentine families with Italian surnames. Argentina's culture and traditions are a unique blend of Latin American indigenous traditions and European customs. Iguazu Falls is a natural wonder located on the border of Argentina and Brazil, offering beautiful views on both sides. With a total of 275 individual waterfalls, spread over 2 miles, it is the largest broken waterfall in the world. Uruguay, officially the Oriental Republic of Uruguay or the Eastern Republic of Uruguay, is a country in South America. Capital and largest city is Montevideo. Population is over 3,400,000. Uruguay is a beautiful country that has so much to offer its visitors. It's not as well known as neighboring Argentina or Brazil, but that might make it all the more interesting to discover this country for yourself. Plus, traveling around Uruguay is easy. The country is known for its colonial-era, historic districts in Colonia and Montevideo. Popular beaches on the Atlantic coast and beef production, a former meat processing plant, tea in Fray Bentos, is a World Heritage Site. Uruguay is a diverse country full of a variety of cultures, foods, religions, arts, and sports, all coming together to form a unique national identity. The people of this country are known to be warm, welcoming, and friendly. Criticisms of the culture here, however, are not taken lightly. When speaking, Uruguayans tend to be more direct and upfront than individuals from other South American countries. The freedom to practice any religion is protected by the Constitution of Uruguay. Paraguay, officially the Republic of Paraguay, is a landlocked country in South America. Asunción is the capital and largest city. Population is almost 7,400,000. The country of Paraguay is a novel destination with many beautiful places in its lap. What makes the nation even more interesting is its geological factors. The country is a nature's wonderland with a hot and humid climatic factor. Paraguay is a bilingual country, unique in the world where a native language, the Guarani, is recognized as an official national language, together with Spanish. This cultural blend is seen in Paraguay's forms of arts, crafts, music, festivals, literature, cinema, fashion, and languages. Paraguay is generally a very safe country. Rates of street crime are very low, even more so outside Asunción. Paraguayans are polite people and are genuinely concerned should any misfortune befall any visitors to the country. Agriculture and stockbreeding make up the main economic activities of Paraguay. The most important crops include soybeans, wheat, sugarcane, cotton, corn, tobacco, and the yerba mate herb, in addition to a large variety of tropical fruits and vegetables. Bolivia, officially the plurinational state of Bolivia, is a landlocked country located in western central South America. The seat of government and executive capital is La Paz, while the constitutional capital is Sucre. Population is over 12 million. Bolivia is known for its dizzying altitude, loads of llamas, and deadly roads that wind through the jungle. It is also famous for its gigantic salt flats, a mind-blowing range of flora and fauna, and a diverse range of landscapes to visit. The culture and customs in Bolivia are unique and have been shaped predominantly by the Catholic Spaniards, traditional Andean culture, and ancient indigenous groups. The west half of the country is dominated by the huge Andes Mountains, with steep slopes and snow-capped peaks. Sandwiched between the Andes mountain chains is the Altiplano, a high plateau, where almost half the population lives. The stunning destinations where you can visit a Bolivian llama range from the shade of a volcano on the shores of the world's largest salt flats in Uyuni to the birthplace of the Inca on a gorgeous lookout on Sun Island in the pristine Lake Titicaca. The Laguna Colorada, or Red Lagoon, is a shallow salt lake, peppered with white borax islands. It spans 6,000 hectares, but is less than a meter deep. Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat, or playa, in the world. For much of the year, it stretches out in a seemingly endless expanse of white, with a salt crust covering 10,000 square kilometers, 4,000 square miles. Brazil, officially the Federative Republic of Brazil, is the largest country in South America and in Latin America. Its capital is Brasilia, and its most populous city is São Paulo. Population is over 217 million. The federation is composed of the union of the 26 states and the federal district. Brazil is home to two large metropolises, São Paulo with close to 12.4 million inhabitants, and Rio de Janeiro with around 6.8 million inhabitants. Brazil has 2,095 distinct beaches, along a 4,650-mile coastline. And while Rio de Janeiro's Ipanema and Copacabana beaches top the list of the world's best beaches, there are plenty under the radar seaside spots that have the perfect mix of water sports, relaxation eye candy. The Brazilian landscape is very varied. It is most well known for its dense forests, including the Amazon, the world's largest jungle, in the north. But there are also dry grasslands, called pampas, rugged hills, pine forests, sprawling wetlands, immense plateaus, and a long coastal plain. The cultures of the indigenous Indians, Africans, and Portuguese have together formed the modern Brazilian way of life. The Portuguese culture is by far the dominant of these influences. From it, Brazilians acquired their language, their main religion, and most of their customs. The private sector is composed of various subsectors, including travel and tourism, financial services, transportation, repairs, and retail sales. The energy industry plays a significant role in Brazil's economy. The country is one of the top 10 largest oil producers in the world. French Guiana is an overseas department of France, located on the northern coast of South America in the Guianas. Cayenne is capital city. Population is 300,000. French Guiana was originally inhabited by indigenous people, Kalina, Arawak, Galibi, Palacor, Tico, Wayampi and Wayana. The French attempted to create a colony there in the 16th century, in conjunction with its settlement of some Caribbean islands, such as Guadeloupe and Saint-Domingue. Limitless forests, endless rivers, and an impressive abundance of wildlife. It's a paradise for nature lovers. And not only. In fact, French Guiana is well known by space insiders as its home to Europe's spaceport, the Centre Spatial Guyane. The beaches in French Guiana and the incredible turtles you'll find there. One of the best reasons to visit French Guiana is the amazing beaches. The Falkland Islands is an archipelago in the South Atlantic Ocean on the Patagonian shelf. The capital and largest settlement is Stanley on East Falkland. Population is less than 4,000. Falkland Islands is British overseas territory. The Falklands have internal self-governance, but the United Kingdom takes responsibility for their defense and foreign affairs. The Falkland Islands, also known as Ilha Malvinas, is a breathtakingly beautiful archipelago that sits on South Atlantic Ocean. Comprising of hundreds of small islets, this place offers ultimate natural beauty with its stunning coastlines, rock outcrops, farms, and wildlife. The Falkland Islands are home to the world's largest albatross colonies, over 1 million penguins, sadface, king, gentoo, rockhopper, Magellanic and macaroni, sea lions, elephant seals, fur seals, and 15 species of whales and dolphins. South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands is a British overseas territory in the southern Atlantic Ocean. King Edward Point is a permanent British Antarctic Survey research station. It is a remote and inhospitable collection of islands, consisting of South Georgia and a chain of smaller islands, known as the South Sandwich Islands. The South Sandwich Islands are uninhabited, and a very small non-permanent population resides on South Georgia. There are no scheduled passenger flights or ferries to or from the territory, although visits by cruise liners to South Georgia are increasingly popular, with several thousand visitors each summer.